back here in the hardwoods. I was kind of laying off of it a little bit, but man, I just can't help it. This is nothing but a white oak flat. There's white oak acorns everywhere. It rained last night. The temperature dropped about 20 degrees this morning. I got squirrels moving everywhere around me. So, yeah, it should be a really good morning. Let's see what happens. Stay tuned. Little spike buck came in. I had him at 10 yards under the stand, and he moved around, and he got downwind of me, but he knew something was up, so he didn't bug out of here far. I'm still looking at him. Okay, guys, it's getting on about noon now. I had a little bit of action this morning. Had a little spike buck come in right up under the stand. And then I actually seen 2 does, but they were a good distance away. So I've got a ton of stuff to do today, so I actually got to bounce out of here. I guess I'm going to leave everything in here and, come back this evening. So we'll try it again this evening, see how we do. Thanks. I'm back. And, I'm in a little woods here, part that I call the Flatwoods. Seen a little spike buck this morning. The funny thing is, when I was walking in, I saw him again. So he's hanging out right here, and he's in this area. And I didn't see that many deer this morning, but I had to get out of here kind of early. It would have been a good day for an all-day sit. Temperatures dropped about 20 degrees compared to where it was yesterday. It's a little breezier than I like it to be, but that wind will lay down here just a little bit. I've hunted other places on this property that's got white oaks, and that's been my experience. If you find the white oaks early season, you'll find the deer. But the point I'm trying to make is not all white oaks are the same. I know this for certain. I've seen it throughout the years hunting. There's some white oaks that deer will hit first, and some they'll save to the end. I don't know. It must be bitterness, different taste. I have no idea. But for whatever reason, there's 2 or 3 big white oaks right here in this Flatwoods. They always seem to mow these down first. So, yeah, hopefully it's a successful evening. I'm looking for a doe for the freezer, so anything that comes in this evening is all right by me. So, hopefully. I thought it'd be a way better evening than what it's been. The wind hasn't laid down all day. I seen some turkeys. I seen a red-tailed hawk catch a gray squirrel. That was pretty neat. Couldn't get it on film. I just haven't seen any deer, so I take that back. There's a deer right behind me. Let me explain to you what just happened. So I had about 20 minutes of daylight left. It was looking pretty grim. I hadn't seen anything but some turkeys, like it happens a lot of the time. I'm in between two big oak trees there. Then I had a doe come in behind me. See, it was 3 does and a small 8-pointer feeding in those white oaks. It was kind of cool because I seen one doe. She didn't want another doe feeding there. She stood up on her hind legs and swatted at her. I hope I got that on camera. I don't think I did. And then my field stand, that's usually a good evening stand, hasn't been a good evening stand the last couple nights, so I switched it up, went to the Flatwoods, came out, and you can see there's 7-8 flipping deer in the field, so in the clovers. I mean, there's definitely deer here. We'll get lucky one of these evenings or mornings. Be back after it tomorrow morning. Day number 4. I had 2 does under the stand. It was a legal shooting light. I could make them out just fine. I had one at 5 yards and one at about 8 yards. Let's see what we can do today. Decent opportunity at that doe. They were a little leery, but got them both within 20 yards. Sticking out is not a good thing. I was behind the tree, but the camera's out on an arm. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to conceal that better. Back in the Flatwoods again. I'm gonna see what we can get done this evening. Been seeing some does in the area. Been seeing some smaller bucks. We passed up on a few here, but tonight we're looking for some meat in the freezer. So let's hope. smoked her. I think I already heard her crash. I don't know how far she went, 100 yards, 80, 100 yards, but man, I smoked her. So I'm just going to sit here till it gets dark, and I'm going to creep out of here, give her about an hour or two. I don't like pressing them. But I know I made good. I know I made good. First deer of the season, baby. First deer of the season.